Hi there. This is Leif Gregersen again. Um, I thought I would do something a little different. Last night I sat down, or yesterday I sat down and did a little podcast about my book. As some of you may know, I've written a book called Through the Withering Storm. I also wrote another book. It's called Green Mountain Road and Selected Stories. And Green Mountain Road is a novella that I wrote and greatly enjoyed writing and editing. Worked with a man called Richard Van Camp, one of Canada's foremost writers. I'm actually going to see a movie that he made that was made from his book um, called The Lesser Blessed. And if anybody's out there, they should really check him out. Great writer, great guy. Um, so what I wanted to do today, I have a Facebook page. You can reach my Facebook page by going to my name, Leif Gregersen, and then going to the subheading Valhalla Books. Valhalla Books is my poetry page. Well, I put a lot of poetry on there, but I also put updates and book signings and different things like that. I have a fan named Sage Adderley. I'm not actually sure if that's her real name, but it's a pretty cool name anyways, to be a sage. Pretty nice girl. She's been very encouraging about my work, and yesterday she posted that she's looking forward to more videos. So I figured maybe I should put one up for my poetry. I thought poetry really is meant to be read aloud, so that's why I wanted to sit and do this. And yeah, so Valhalla Books, capital V, capital B, and that you can check out on Facebook. Put links to it. If you stop by, leave a comment, positive or negative, whatever. And well, anyways, here goes. I'm gonna take one of my first poems. Whoops. No, I didn't want to do that. Okay. I've got my iPad up there and got my poem page on it. So I'm going to read the first one called "No Use in Hiding." Warm softness waits for me in my bedroom as I seek my escape from the troubles of the world. Curling up in my blanket comforter cocoon to sleep until they have to be unfurled. Is it really wasting my life away if I want to forever lay in bed, dreaming of things I once had seems a better way than just working for nothing until I'm dead? Cheerful. Oh, how I love to curl up, perhaps with a favorite read, and sweet coffee next to me, a warm cup as I plant the dreaming seed. I can do so much more in the dream state. I can fly a plane, have new chances with a love that's lost. But there is sometimes a part I hate. I dream often that into war the world is tossed. The Bible tells one day the world will end, hellfire will rain on us, and soon. I just like to try and smile and perhaps pretend I will be somewhere safe, perhaps the moon. But in fact, I will more likely be in bed, dreaming dreams, reading and making stories, living life inside my head. We all must live life like there is no tomorrow, cherish love and drive off hate, because it is a fact that gives me sorrow. We all must die one day. It's fate. Not too bad. I can definitely work on it. I've been finding that I've been finding that a lot of my poems, when I try to rhyme them, and I'm good at rhyming. I don't know why. I always have been, and but it takes away something from the story when you rhyme poems. And I don't know. I've got a few different. I want to read a Father's Day poem I wrote next, and then after that, I'm going to try and sort of use an unconventional method. It's almost beat poetry that I did, but if you can just hold on. Okay, this next poem is a Father's Day poem, and it's called "My Father's Strong Hands." Strong hand that had faced many years, strong hands wiped away many tears. Until he passed 70, I never knew my dad like I should. I had taken his love for granted, didn't think that we could. Could become friends and share many things like the joy that a granddaughter's love often brings. We can share the best coffee, a movie, a book, pass a well dressed woman, and both take a look. It is terribly sad. My mom's been gone 4 years already. When it happened, I had never thought my dad's hands could be so steady. But he held us and spoiled us, and somehow we came through. Myself, when the loss came, I didn't know what to do. Now time has passed, and I still think of my mom. Every time I see the photo of my dad and her looking young, he got us through that, but he has passed many trials from being our provider to coaching my writing styles. My dad is a man who was born a world away, in depression, then war, another time, another day. How he got through so many things and brought up a family with the troubles that brings. Somewhere deep inside, we all have the will to do what he did and prosper still. But my dad did it not for a reward up above, he did it all simply out of love. So look to your sisters and parents and friends and ponder what will have meaning nearer your end. Will you have the love to care your whole life, to hold together your loved ones, no matter the strife? Uh, yeah, I got some good feedback from that one. Once again, Valhalla Books. Got a little time here. I'm just gonna. Good thing this is video. I wouldn't want to get my armpits in you. Okay, this is the experimental one, and really to get get the true flavor of it, you kind of have to read it. So I'd encourage you guys to check it out. I call this Jimmy's at 4:20 a.m. Um, I wrote this poem uh, basically as I was traveling up and down a street called 95th Street. It's not the cleanest street in the world. And you drive along and you see signs with phone numbers on them saying "Report a John," "Report a," you know, this community will not tolerate prostitution. And people that come and visit me here from where I come from, they get a little paranoid. There's even a woman who came and met me for coffee in a very nice place, but she had seen the signs and then she looked around and she said, "Oh, I'm here. Better turn in my rings here so nobody sees the gems." But yeah, so I have this friend named James. I call him Jimmy sometimes, and every morning at about 4:20, I arrive at his place and I pass over $5 and he makes me breakfast. And he's become sort of a restaurant to me. But he's also a good guy to talk to and he's very funny. But this is a poem I kind of wrote about heading over to his place every morning that I can afford it. I got my roommates coming in. I'm just going to. Okay. At some point, I'm going to get you to meet my roommate, Daniel. But yeah. This is my poem about walking over to my friend's house in the morning for breakfast. I call it Jimmy's at 4:20 a.m. Night comes, finding me awake, hungry, lonely. What does the night mean to your soul? Darkness to my whole, hole in the darkness, seeking hunger. Smell of lilacs, venture out, live the night, or face the day. My feet hurt. I don't want to walk this far. Only one place understands the soul of a poet, a hungry poet. A few eggs, too many potatoes, bacon, sliding down whole, lost most of my teeth, can't chew the damn bacon, runny eggs in the morning, night, waiting for lost teeth to grow back as my novel sits unfinished. On the way home, my only friends are rabbits, bouncing like poems, facing the day. Yeah, it really looks. It really seems a lot better when you can check out the whole thing. But let me just look for a good one here. This is one I kind of like. Let me just click on this. There's a lot of songs I really think are cool, like Neil Young's. Neil Young's. I don't know if he wrote it, but he's probably the best one who performed it. Four Strong Winds. Think I'll go out to Alberta. Weather's good there in the fall. I got some friends that I could. Nah, you don't want to listen to me sing. You want to listen to me recite poetry. at least today, anyways. One day, I'll be a great singer. Okay, anyhow, the poem goes, I've got Alberta in my blood. I left you once, Alberta, and I left all those I knew. It seemed my only option, seemed the only thing to do. I found a place called Vancouver. I fought hard to make it my home, but the things that people do there seemed to make me more alone. Though I had many hopes and joys, I came back to Edmonton, crossed the Rocky Mountains, forgot all the good times and fun. It seemed to me that if I returned, I could have back those things I left behind, but in truth, I couldn't even take the cold, and I had lost all that was ever mine. I spent many years trying to rebuild the life that I once had. It was so hard that I felt as though I were dying, and I fought cats and dogs with even my dad. But at some point, I sat down and started writing. I put some words together, wrote my young life down, and as the years passed, I found a passion to spread my tales around. I wrote of love and losing, I wrote of fortunes gone, I wrote of young men's boozing, and I practiced those things as I wrote on. So here is a book or two that I hope you can understand. It is a story of how a writer wrote himself into a man. Okay, looking jealous was that he had been interviewed by our hometown newspaper, and his sister, who was pretty good looking, was a sunshine girl in the daily newspaper, The Sun, of course. And I don't know, I just always wanted to be in the paper, and then I finally convinced uh, the St. Albert Gazette to run a story about my book. And they made it. They seemed to make a big deal. They asked for copies of my book. They asked for all this stuff and some photos and all that. And so I was all excited about it, and I figured big story. Everybody's going to say, "Oh, I saw you in the paper, everything." And then what was it? Then the story came out, and I read it, and I was a little pissed off because, pardon my language, I was a little ticked off because he just wrote what I said. I mean, he asked me some questions over the email, and I wrote some answers, and he cut out most of it. And then at the end, he added his own comment, and he says, "Now middle aged," and it just like I don't know. I am 41, but middle age seems like a harsh criticism. Uh, but so this poem, I wrote this poem with that in mind. One of the good things about being a writer is that if someone ticks you off, you can write a poem about them, or give the villain in one of your stories his name or something. Probably not first and last would be a good idea, but you just kind of do things. But when he called me middle aged, which is appropriate. I mean, I am middle aged, but this is the poem. I'll just shut up and recite it. Middle age poem. As years go by, I look back and wonder at so many loves and friendships torn asunder, some great memories of love and succeeding, some memories of crying or bleeding. It's funny now to see with sober eyes how I used to drink and drug to paint a disguise over what I was feeling, what was inside. Each time I did it, another part of me died. There were times that I had the world by the tail, times just simple tasks I tried and would fail if I had half the knowledge of what those things could have meant, if only a little more time had been spent. But I squandered my school days with drink and fast cars, gave up my dreams of the sky and the stars. Many years later, reuniting with friends of past days, I wish that we hadn't gone separate ways. So many good times I had known back in that time I gave up for wrong reasons. Now it seems like a crime. So many of my cadet friends went on to be something, soldiers and doctors and things that have meaning. But in the end, truly my regrets are few. I do have my health and I do have you. Not all can say they have one to love and to hold and know they will love them until they grow old. I can't say I did all the great things in life. I can't even say I made you my wife. What I can say in this, I gave my life all, and that I got up every time that I fall. Okay, well, I think I will cut it short at that, and if I get some good feedback, maybe I'll do some more. Please like and share, and I'm gonna probably edit this so I put up some web addresses for you to check things out, and have a great one.